Hello, everyone. Comedy Jonah here. So excited to be back with Princess Glammy, talking about the ladies of London. Hello, Princess Glammy. How are ya?
I'm great. I want to show you something I got in the mail.
Oh,
I don't know
good.
why this
What? It's
arrived, but
exciting.
it's from you. Can you read what that says?
Let me look. Oh my goodness, your reality recaps. I love, love, love it.
I got
Are
it in the
you
mail yesterday while
are
you
you
were in
act,
the air going home.
are you are you are you actually drinking your tea out of it today?
I am. I've been drinking tea out of it nonstop. I was told to wash it thoroughly, but I didn't do that.
Awesome.
So I just like to say before we start the show. Oh yeah, you know how to get in touch with us. Your reality recaps, blah blah blah. Anyway, it's all about across the bottom screen. Who cares? He's gonna kill us. Who cares?
He's gonna totally kill us.
Juliet is tweeting me. Juliet.
From the ladies of London.
Yes, I said Juliet on the Ladies of London is getting blamed for everything with the hashtag blame Juliet, and she says, no kidding, last summer repeat, when will they learn?
Awesome blossom. But before we jump into Juliet, we've got to do our little spiel here at Your Reality Recaps, because normally Eric does this, and he's such a pro at it, and I hope that every show I do, I'm getting a little better. But, you know, check out our website at yourrealityrecaps.com. We have a ton of content that we're bringing to you. Big Brother 16 has gone live. We are not only doing our shows, we are also doing live updates. We have super fans live tweeting for us, giving you live updates. So log on to yourrealityrecaps.com/BB16 for all the stuff that we're doing. If you haven't gotten your live feeds, there's a link right there. You can go ahead and click on it and get your live feeds. But Glammy and I are here to talk about Ladies of London.
And maybe a little Big Brother.
A little bit. You can fill me in because I just got back from New York and I have to catch up with it. But I did catch this episode on the plane, so I got the East Coast feed. I wish JetBlue had Wi-Fi. They didn't, or I would have live tweeted it myself. So let's start from the top of the episode. So, Nicole, go ahead.
They just decided to leave London for the weekend and go to Dorset, to somebody's house. And none of them did etiquette at all. They were all bitching about manners.
So you're obviously more European than me. Is that just normal? You just kind of just whisk off into a manor that's built in the 1500s?
Yeah, we do. I mean, we'll get on a plane and we'll go to Paris shopping for the day. It's what you do. It's $30, you know, one way. It's like a train. It's not a big deal. But to go to Dorset and to the big house, that was a bit much. I don't have friends with houses that big.
Well, I think it's kind of crazy because Caprice is making such a big deal about all of her friends going to her baby shower because Caroline lives, 40 minutes outside of London. But then
so they go 2.5 hours away to Dorset. It makes no freaking sense whatsoever. And she's lying on the sofa with the belly out, with the leg over the chair, after she's bitched everybody out for their etiquette.
Exactly, and you're jumping all over the place. I still have jet lag. So the girls get to the castle, and I guess,
it's not a castle. That was a house.
Oh,
it was a house. It was just a big-ass house that was built a shitload of years ago.
In Seattle, it would be a castle. So the girls get to the house.
In America, that shit would have been knocked down by now.
Oh, in America.
Walmart.
In America, that would be an Apple store. So the girls get to the manor. Now, what about the way they're dressed? Okay, I mean, I know that I've never gone to this environment, but I know cut-off jeans, like what Nicole was wearing, seemed a little inappropriate.
It did, and you wouldn't, and I don't know what the hell Juliet was wearing. Nothing matched. I mean, just because you're carrying a Birkin Kelly bag or a Hermes Kelly doesn't mean it goes with everything. You can't just throw shit together and hope for the best. Her outfit was purple and polka dots and bag, and I just thought, no, not good.
And she dresses celebrities for a living. That's what she does. She's a stylist.
Well, the dress that she wore, it was like a rag. It looked like her kids had been pulling the strings, and it was all frayed and shit. I just hated it. But
Hollywood
anyway,
brats.
they turn up and they're all like, oh, hello, blah, blah, blah. And I believe the man's name was John, wasn't it? Mr. Sandwich, Lord Sandwich, whatever his name was. He's like, and of course, who said she needed to go to the bathroom? Who says, I need to go to the bathroom? You don't say that at the moment. Hi, do you have the toilet? You need to go
she's
pee.
like, in her American accent, can I go to the loo?
It's like me saying, y'all. It doesn't come out right. People say, what did you just say? I'm like, all of you.
I felt
whatever it is.
time.
Yeah, it's just like, the loo? Come on. And it was really...
What would be the proper way to excuse yourself if you needed to,
you get
go
in
to
the house
loo?
First. Get in the house first. And you say, thank you and for having me here. And do you have somewhere to freshen up? Freshen
up, not like tinkle, like that's what my grandmother told me to call it when I was little. You got to tinkle, John. Like my sister and I, we tinkled.
No.
We didn't loo. No.
No, we don't. And you don't talk about bodily functions in public. You just don't. You just ask for, can I go to the bathroom?
And as well as underwear, so we've learned so far in these episodes.
And did you hear Annabelle? This episode was talking about crotchless knickers and all that sort of stuff, which never happened.
Well, I was laughing with Juliet on the way to the car, laughing, saying I got her some crotchless panties, and I'm going to give them to her while she's eating.
Which is like this.
That was pretty funny. I have to give Juliet
was funny,
that.
But so they all arrive, and they all arrive individually, basically. There's like groups of them. They don't all arrive together in the big, they're not in the Orange County limousine where everybody piles in. No. They're all in individual Range Rovers, basically. There's 3 here, and there's 2 here, and then somebody else turned up on their own, whoever that was.
Well, they're coming from different places, right?
No, they're all coming from the same bloody place. They're just too cool to go together, obviously.
Now, hey, guys, I want to take a quick break real quick and say, listen, I'm sorry, the comment tracker is not working. I'm sure it's my error and not Google Hangouts error. If you've got questions for Glammy and I, please tweet us at ComedyJonah, or you can tweet it at Glammy. What's your Twitter?
Princess Glammy.
Princess Glammy. You can even hashtag YRR on that, and we will answer your questions. So the girls all arrive in separate cars. Obviously, there's cliques.
Well, it was like
stuff,
3 cars for like 6 of them, Big deal.
Right.
I mean, Caroline turned up with some guy who was her hairdresser or something.
That's her makeup
he had that
artist.
fucking Range Rover. I mean, who has a Range Rover when you're doing somebody's makeup? And he said something odd across the front, which I couldn't quite remember. Didn't say Range Rover.
He's cute, and he was the one that didn't know what 4th of July was a couple episodes back, right?
That's right, yes.
Right. Yeah. So then he drops Caroline off. They all go into the house, and now they're having an afternoon tea in the yard.
Oh, God,
when I was in
Bambi Gate. Oh, no.
Bambi Gate. It was nice to have tea because in the hotel I was staying at, I also had tea, which we did on our last show last week. It was very lovely, little cakes and stuff like that. So then we find out what we're having for dinner. Venison. Have you ever had venison?
I have, but only in America, never in the UK. And here's the problem I have. When you, Caprice was right, when you accept an invitation to dinner, you say, thank you so much, I'd love to be there. Just giving you the heads up, I'm a vegetarian, blah, blah, blah. However, the host should have said, hey, do you like, sort of dodgy-looking meat?
Is it dodgy meat? It seems very normal there.
No, I never had it in my life in the UK. Never. I had lamb, beef, pork, chicken, fish. Never Bambi. Never had it.
Well, even a traditional shepherd's pie has venison in it. Normally it does. No. We in America add other things to it, like turkey breast, to make it healthy and full of protein. But normally it's no venison. No. I've had it, and I find it to be a little oily. I'm not a big fan of it. But again,
once somebody went deer hunting, I believe, and it was a little gamey.
It is a little gamey. So normally
we also do duck as well. We do duck, and we don't eat pheasant. Well, we do eat pheasant, so yeah, okay. We don't do squirrel. We draw the line at the fucking little cute guys in the yard. We don't Go with the guys in New York.
The little rats with a prettier outfit. So normally on an RSV card, like when I get an invitation to a wedding or anything like that, it kind of has a little check mark, vegetarian,
Number
meat.
2, yeah, are you coming?
Was it not in these invitations, do you
I don't
think?
even think it went that. I don't think it was that over the top. They didn't send out invitations. It was a weekend away. But somebody, whoever organized it, should have said to the girls, listen, is there anything you guys don't eat? Somebody called Caprice and told her.
Caprice seemed very organized. She knew her food. She had her risotto. She had her, it was like blood risotto, but...
The number one thing that Caprice did wrong was instigating the whole, here, you take the vegetables and I'll take the venison shit at the table. I've never seen anything like it. Okay. She's like passing this shit down. I'm like, these musical plates. Well, what are you doing?
No, with Caroline saying, you know, and look at Caprice, she's the mule.
She's the mule.
With the food.
The etiquette mule, obviously. I mean, what the hell? She was out of it. And I was thinking, is she drunk? But then I thought, no, she's pregnant, so she's not drunk. She's just stupid.
She's stupid. Oh, and the hormones, too. I mean, I've got a semi-sister-in-law who's actually giving birth as we speak now. But the show has come on, so I'm here instead of there, and I don't need to be there. So, okay, let's jump back a little bit. We talk about Juliet. You're getting tweets by her. I'm not. She talks about, when she kind of made a big stink at the tea about the venison. Yeah. I was on her side. You are allowed to voice your opinion. Caroline's full of shit when she says, you don't say that. The host, first of all, was not there. You were just talking with the girls. You weren't like, hey, old host woman, Missy Sandwich, get your ass over here. I don't like Bambi. It was between the girls. It was a conversation. It could have been taken care of. And nobody in that group gave two shits that she didn't want it because they didn't tell the chef. No.
And how many chefs do you know make one risotto and one fucking bowl of soup? Nobody.
Now that kitchen looked a little Downton Abbey to me. I
was a bit shocked at that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the whole cellist being there at dinner also. He's like, hello, I'm a cellist. The most natural thing to say is, are you playing afterwards? And of course, everyone's... They asked the most famous cellist in the world if he's playing. How dare they? Fuck off, seriously.
So you don't think that was bad?
No, of course. He's the one that said, hey, I'm a cellist. He didn't say, what do you do? He was just like, I'm a cellist. Like,
no,
so
I absolutely disagree with you because when people talk to me and they have found out I've done stand-up or this and that, the first thing I get is, oh, you're going to do some stand-up? Oh, you tell us a joke. Beep.
But do you walk into a group of women and go, hello, I'm a comedian?
Hello, everyone.
Yeah, you don't do that. It comes up in conversation. This guy, like, forced it. He was like, I'm a cellist. And everyone's like, well, what do you say to that apart from, oh, are you the entertainment? I mean, are you lost?
Did you get a look at him? I didn't know if he cleaned the barns where the horses are. And then you got to play on something.
I don't know who the fuck he is. I have no idea.
You have to go with your strengths. So the girls have their first course. We've got Juliet complaining.
What was the first course again? Oh, shrimp.
The first course was
Noelle.
It was the shellfish, right?
Deadly allergic to it. Really? Because she's still alive, so it's not exactly deadly.
2 Americans who have lived in London for all this time don't know how to figure this out, and poor Caprice has them on each side of her. Yeah. One's allergic to shellfish. And then, then they excuse themselves to go to the potty.
I've never seen that. I mean, okay. I was shocked that Caroline went for a cigarette because it's not correct to do that during a meal. You never leave the table during the meal. And I don't know what she was talking about. I have no idea why. She was out there with her fucking Louboutins on her feet, swinging her leg in the chair, smoking a cigarette, as if she's all prim and proper when she's breaking the number one rule at dinner. You don't leave. When you sit down to dinner, you excuse yourself to go to the bathroom very quickly. And that's only if you've got a kid. You know, you don't fuck her off halfway through dinner for a cigarette. It was really bad. And of course she had her little girls with her too. So, but they couldn't serve the next course until she got back. It was like,
well, that's not like anyone could eat it.
like, where the hell are they? You know.
So, the three girls are sitting there smoking and getting their, whatever, their nicotine fit going. And Caroline kind of schools Juliet a little bit. Do you agree with what she was kind of saying about her? I do.
I don't know. I really don't know.
This is my opinion. Juliet sits there and says, oh, people don't like my directness. Boop-a-doop. If you don't like me, you don't have to listen to me. I don't really think it's directness. I think it doesn't have really manners.
Delivery is the delivery of it.
It is her delivery.
I just don't know if Caroline should be the one chastising somebody for that. Because her delivery can be a little off, too.
Well, Caroline is like a scorpion. She'll sting you, and then she'll walk away. Juliet will sit there and sting you, sting you, sting you, sting you, sting you, sting you, sting you.
And if you try and sting Juliet, she'll sting back again. She'll just keep going.
Yeah. And Annabelle just punches.
Yeah.
Exactly. I think she got a point, but I think her directness, what she calls it, is lack of manners. I think there's a way to do it. There's a way to deliver it. To sit there and go on and on about Bambi and deer. No, I don't want to eat. I'm not going to eat it. I'm not. It's not directness. It's spoiled and ill-mannered.
It's almost like she's trying too hard to get, as Caroline said, everyone agrees with you, but you're still fucking going on about it. So I'm not sure, as I say, I don't know if Caroline was the perfect person to tell her that, because Caroline's as guilty of doing the same shit as she is.
Oh, absolutely.
Except she's British, so it's okay.
Oh, right, and it sounds better. But I just think, to sit there and say, you can be right, but if you deliver it and go on and on about it, I don't care how right you are. I'm not
You're going to be wrong eventually. I mean, God's sake, if you keep going on about it, do you want people to say, no, actually, I take that back, you're not right.
Right.
I take it back, you're completely wrong. You're like, oh, and then she goes on again to try and get it back to being right. So who knows? But no, Caroline rubbed me the wrong way this episode.
See, Juliet just rubbed me.
Well, we have to back up for a sec, because at the beginning of the show, Caroline's now not speaking to Caprice, because Caprice said no to the baby shower, but she's having a baby shower, just not with Caroline organizing it. And
she wants Caroline
to not speak to her.
Right.
I'm not speaking to you.
Or kissing. Nothing.
No, I'm not doing that. I'm going to ignore you. Blah, blah, blah. You're not there. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? I mean, seriously, you're going to cause nothing but complete and utter hell in this little circle of people because you're not talking. Oh.
Right.
Interesting. But anyway, so that's why they weren't talking at the beginning of the show. And next week's episode, it spills over to next week, too. Oh, the joy.
The joy. So let's back up a little bit. So now we're getting a tour of the English Gardens. And Marissa, there's nothing like English Gardens. I don't care who tries. Is this true?
Yes.
For someone who has been to the UK.
I've not been to the UK. I've lived in there for 25 years. Yeah, we have the best gardens in the world. There's something about the flowers themselves.
Sorry, I almost fell back and broke my...
I went on vacation to England and picked up the fucking accent when I was there. It's 2 weeks. That was it. I was there. 2 fucking weeks.
Speaking of accents, I'm glad Caprice doesn't. She has kind of a kind of one, but not too much. Like Madonna had one. Madonna lived there in less time.
That's what I always worry about. That I'm going to sound like Madonna, eventually, and I have to kill myself. Her accent was so horrific. It was like, what is this? But anyway, Caprice, she doesn't have an accent at all. She uses British words that sound rather odd. Well,
I think she's also gotten more kind of reserved, too, kind of in an English way.
I don't know if it's reserved or she's just holding back because she's pregnant. She doesn't want to, I mean, last night you kind of saw a little bit of her, like, thrown over the sofa with her legs spread. Like, that's so reserved and so pregnant and so
Mr.
bitch.
Count and Queen Sandwich went to bed, so
Yeah,
to relax.
He went, threw the shoes off, the skirt was, I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh my god. But with regards to the whole the English garden thing, there is definitely something about British flower. I don't know if it's because the weather's different, the soil, the water, everything. There is something extremely incredible that you can't get anywhere else in the world.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like going to, you know, where the Tuscany or something, with the smells there, and going to, I mean, you know, going to Napa Valley and smelling the difference there. Yeah, it's all to do with your surroundings. But yeah, I do agree with her. But did you notice that all these beautiful rosies that were all in bloom, then there was a big dead one?
There was a big dead one. There's a big dead one.
No one took the dead one off and threw it away before the cameras got there. Great publicity for your garden.
Wanting to pick flowers and put them in her hair.
Yeah.
There's some of her directness again.
I was like, you don't destroy somebody's garden. I mean, could you imagine somebody coming to your house and just picking your shit in your garden? You're like, but what? I've only got 3 flowers. Why are you doing that?
You don't go to your local botanical gardens and start picking shit.
And it's like very like something over here. It's like Graceland. You go there, you look at the place, and you don't pick shit. You don't say, oh, I'm just going to borrow this.
Or if you go to the actual Graceland, you don't try on the
you don't try Overseas outfit on. You just leave it.
Suede shoes. You don't do.
Like, you don't touch it. You don't take it home with you. You don't think it's okay. You put it in your hair. So you're actually paying to go to this place, you know. And of course,
she wants something out of it, I guess.
Well, maybe she wanted something for her £10 that she paid at the door. Who knows?
I wonder if they were charged, because I know they mentioned that that's how they keep money funding for the house.
Well, Annabelle seems to know way too much about this crazy fucking family. I mean, at first, I didn't know Julie. I didn't know. Well, Julie's husband is nowhere to be seen. So is she in like some kinky threesome with the old guy and his wife? I mean, or are they really her in-laws? Where's their kids? Her son, the husband.
They're out just being royalty, just kind of walking around and just waving. Just, hello, hello.
Did you think that Missy Sandwich, Joan or Jeanette or whatever her freaking name was royal?
Yeah.
You know.
All right, so let's talk about the most exciting part of this episode. Juliet and Annabelle sit down and hash it out.
Yeah, the chat. I was completely on Team Annabelle here. Sorry.
I was Team Annabelle too, but I thought Annabelle handled herself really well.
Well, it was afterwards when the two of them were talking about the talk that it was like, who the fuck were they talking to? Because none of that happened. You know, one of them think, oh, she apologized. And they're like, well done. And then the other one's like, no, she didn't apologize, neither did I.
Oh, you mean the split scenes afterwards and stuff, one in the bedroom, one, yeah.
I'm like, wait a minute. And then, of course, I hadn't noticed this whole teams. There's Team Caprice and Team Caroline until last night.
I didn't
just thought it was a bunch of bitchy girls.
Yeah.
And so we've got everyone's on Team Caroline, apart from Caprice, Annabelle, and what's the other slutty girl called?
Nicole.
Oh, no. It was the woman's house. Julie. The one that's like 20 years older than everybody else.
The yoga one?
Well, the one that's the in-laws' house, they were all
Julie,
out
isn't it? Isn't it Julie?
Yeah, she's like 60 compared to everybody else. I'm like, God, she needs to put on some weight and pump out those.
Skinny and tan and just skinny arms. It's.
The skin's hanging. Say it. She looks like a fucking 100.
It's almost like the woman in There's Something About Mary, the neighbor that lived with Cameron Diaz, that smoked and suntanned a lot.
I thought she was like the alcoholic in the corner, like the recovery. You know, give me a second while I have a quick. Yeah. She just, there's something so not cute about her. You know, normally women, it's so they say, let themselves go when they get married. I think she stopped eating when she got married. I mean, she looks like she's an anorexic old hag. She doesn't fit into this groove.
And just the wispy blonde hair, just the wispy.
Doesn't even look, I don't know what she... Put some hair extensions in. Everybody else is doing it. Get some. It's not like she can't afford it. You know, plump up the face with some filler.
Just
I mean, the lines are...
Yeah, reach into that pot and get some of that garden money. Just get some
she's obviously... Yeah, get into the garden pot. She's obviously on the show because she has a big house. I mean, I don't understand that. I really don't understand what she's doing there because she's, as I say, she's about 20 years older than everybody else.
Yeah.
And she serves no purpose on the show. I don't know.
No purpose except for to get, you know, Noelle, you know, really super jealous and stuff. So we kind of got a little glimpse of next week that's coming about
the baby shower.
Baby shower, and it's going to even get worse. We got baby shower gate coming. With Ladies of London.
I mean, it started already this week with all this nonsense about Caroline and Caprice not talking to each other.
Mm-hmm. Well, next episode looks much more exciting. This one was London. A little...
This was the Ladies of Dorset. Yeah, it was like...
Ladies of lukewarm water.
Yes.
All right, so we've got a few more minutes. I know, Glammy, you are a super Big Brother fan. I'm a fan. Again, I just got back from New York. Bad comedy Jonah. I know there's been a lot going on in the house. What do you think so far of the season?
I was really enjoying it until I realized that it was like a constant loop of Devin and Caleb being assholes. I mean, they're just such repulsive human beings.
That's what I'm hearing.
And Devin, I was calling him Mr. Divine and Mr. Delicious, and now he's douchebag daddy because he's not really a single father. He's a father and he's single, but he's not a single dad.
A part-time dad?
No. Hasn't seen his kid for 3.5 months before he got on the show.
Oh my gosh, that's awful.
Mm-hmm. And, and the kid's mother is an atheist. He's told everybody.
How are people behaving? Are they... we don't have any kind of, like, what happened last year where it started with all of the comments and the racist comments and this and that. How are the house guys doing? They're
behaving themselves too much.
Behaving too much.
Everybody's fucking kumbaya. I love you. No, I love you more. I love you. You look fabulous. I love you.
So we hate that.
Yeah, it's too much. I don't want to talk about drama in the house. That's what I hate about Big Brother. And last year, it kind of got too much drama. It overshadowed gameplay and strategy talks. And this year, I'm not able to watch the feeds very much without Caleb being on talking about his love for Amber and Amber being clueless that he's stalking her. So that's a whole storyline that the psycho army guy is psycho and thinks he's going to have babies with Amber. And she's like, I don't even know his name. You know? Oh my God. And then you've got psycho Caleb, Devin, basically being so aggressive and abrupt in the house that the women are all terrified of this 6'5", 230-pound man with muscles. I mean, his arms look like a regular guy's leg. Yeah. So there's that. So when you get rid of those two, then we'll be able to listen to the strategy, the gameplay. I think it may actually be good. And the only ones that are playing, well, most people are playing the game right now. Donnie is playing the game. He is playing.
I know even with some early on, there was kind of a girls' alliance. That's now gone. It didn't last for very long. Did you want a girl alliance?
No.
You know, you being a girl?
No.
No.
I don't want to listen to a bunch of girls complaining about the period and the hair extensions and forgetting about gameplay. And I'd like a mixed alliance. Mixed alliance. You know, I would like Hayden and Nicole in an alliance, or Christine and Donnie in an alliance. Something cool. Right now, do you know that it's gone to an 8-person alliance? The Bomb Squad.
I'm getting all caught up with Big Brother. Like I said, I've been on Twitter. I've been getting little updates like with the Girl Alliance. I've also been getting updates on the striped fish, Eric John, who is fat and drinking too much. So That kind of encompasses both Eric and I.
I didn't say
You
that.
be the judge. You be the judge of which one is which.
When you get back together, when you get caught up and you're watching the show, make sure you're not holding anything in your little hand and go, because it's the most, I can't even say the R word, I'll say ridiculous, because it's nothing to do with the man's mentality, but he is dumb as a bag of fucking rocks, and everybody feels the same way, that Devin he thinks he's the greatest Big Brother player in the history of the show. We've
always got one like that in the house.
We've got a few of them.
We've got a few of them.
Yeah, Caleb's on that whole I'm the greatest bandwagon too. And it's really sad, because they're not.
Yeah. Well, Glammy, it's always a pleasure doing these. I love doing these shows with you.
Tell everybody we might not be bang on 2 o'clock every week, because you have to get set up.
I do. So our shows are actually, they're actually 15 after the hour. Right. So, but we're getting all set up. You know, it's going to get better and better and better as we go on, and as you and I become pros at doing this, just like Eric.
We will never be a pro. We might be good, but we'll never be a pro sitting on the street corner.
If I can make good, then I'm good with that. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to the show, Ladies of London. We love recapping about it. We want to hear what you think, so comment below. Let us know what you think about Ladies of London. You can either put in comments about Big Brother 16, what you think of that. Go to yourrealityrecaps.com and catch up on all of our blogs, all of our live updates with Big Brother, Ladies of London, The Housewives, and everything else reality TV. And Glammy, where can we find you?
At princessglammy.com, and also on Twitter as Princess Glammy.
Awesome. And you can find me at Comedy Jonah. Until next time, guys. See you soon. Mwah. Bye.
Bye-bye, guys.